Today we are going to learn about units and dimensions. So for example, you know that if I am measuring speed or velocity, I use the unit meters per second. So this is a unit. But you can also talk about kilometers per hour, right? You can say instead of 10 meters per second, I can say it is 36 kilometers per hour. Now if you look at this number 36 and this number 10, they are very different. I can say 1000 meters, but I can also say it is 1 kilometer. Now kilometer is a unit, meter is a unit. They are obviously related, but then there is a clear thing that both are talking about length. Suppose I ask you 10 meters is how many seconds? That makes no sense. Why does it make no sense? Because meters is very different from saying seconds, no? Seconds measures time, meters measures distance. Now, meters measures distance, kilometers measures distance. It is different units, but they have the same dimension. So there is a difference between units and dimensions. What is dimension? So for example, the same kind of physical quantity has the same dimension. Length, both are lengths. Length is a dimension. Meters, seconds, this is a unit, that is a unit, but not the same dimension, they are different dimensions. Here they are different units, but they are the same dimension. You can use this kind of a statement only if the dimension is the same. Only then you can talk about conversion from one unit to another unit. You cannot convert meters into seconds, you can't do that. Okay. Now, so units I hope is clear to everybody, and dimension tells you the physical quantity, tells you one kind of quantity, what kind of dimension is it. So for example, all velocities have the same dimension, but this velocity representation and here the units are different. Okay. All velocities must have length by time. So we say velocity's dimension, I'll use this to say velocity's dimension is length by time, or sometimes we write this as Lt power minus 1. You know that 1 by t is t power minus 1, so we'll write it like this. Sometimes we'll put a bracket around it to say we are not talking about units, we are talking about dimensions. Okay, so the dimension of velocity, length by time. L stands for length, t stands for time. What is the dimension of acceleration? Let's actually take units for acceleration. Acceleration can be measured as meters per second square. It can be measured in form of kilometers per hour second, kilometers per hour square. But if I did the dimensions for this, it is length by time square. So length t power minus 2. This also has dimensions of Lt power minus 2, length time power minus 2, length by time into time. This is hour is also time, second is also time. You can convert hours to seconds, but you cannot convert kilometer to hours. So I hope that is clear. What about the dimensions of this? Again, Lt power minus 2. So I hope the difference between units and dimensions is clear. Okay. Now, there are units like that, for example, which is composed of two different fundamental units. Like for example, meter is a fundamental unit, second is a fundamental unit, and meters per second is made up of these two fundamental units. Similarly, we can talk about fundamental dimensions. We'll use three different dimensions for most of the time. We will add a few more later. Mass, not m, kilogram. Okay, for example, if I get kg, I can get grams. Both of these are mass. So instead of writing kg or g, I will write m for saying mass. There is length, which is a fundamental dimension. It's a fundamental quantity. This way, foot, for example, 1 foot is, for example, unit of length. And then time, measured in hours, seconds, minutes, does not matter. The later dimensions we will basically add is amperes to measure electric current. Okay. So usually then Coulomb charge unit will basically be in terms of amperes. So amperes, and then we will later talk about Kelvin, K. It is not the same as this K, this is a different capital K, this is to measure temperature. We will also have radians and things like that, which are angle measures, but they are going to be dimensionless. So these are the 5 important dimensions you should always keep in mind. There are a few more that we need to worry about, but let's first focus on these. Okay, mass, length, time, most of the time, amperes and Kelvin for temperature. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is that dimension is for one physical quantity. For mass, you have one dimension. Okay, for length, you have one dimension L. But for length, you can have many units. For mass, you can have many units. Okay, now anything that can be made up of these dimensions is called a derived physical quantity. Therefore, we can derive it. So let us see, for example, acceleration meters per second square is made up of L and T. It's just a combination of L and T. For example, force. Does force come as a special dimension? No, because we'll start with using a formula like this. F is equal to mass into acceleration. You know Newton's law, right? Now F is equal to mass into acceleration. This means dimensions of F must be dimensions of mass into dimensions of acceleration. But acceleration is length by time square. Mass dimension m, acceleration we already seen L by t square or L t power minus 2. So newtons is the unit of force, right? This is units of newtons. But when you look at dimensions, you don't use newtons. What are the dimensions of newtons? What is the dimension of newtons? mLt power minus 2. So I hope that is clear. So usually how do I find the dimension of something? Look at a formula. Once you see the formula, so for example, if I look at this formula F equals ma, that tells me the dimensions of force. You don't have to write newtons, you could have written F, because this tells you finding dimensions. So dimensions of F is mass, length, t power minus 2. Now you could have done this in this form. You could have said units for F, kilogram meter per second square. Kilogram is mass, meter is L, t power minus 2 because 1 by second square. That's exactly what we are doing. We use a formula to find out what the dimensional formula for force is. So we call this the dimensional formula for force. Any unit for force must basically be of this kind. Okay, units can vary, dimensions cannot. Let us take a couple of examples to understand this. Let us now find the dimensional formula for G. G is the constant that comes up in Newton's law of gravity, right? So I want the constant, I want the dimensional formula for G. You know that F, gravitational force, is G m1 m2 by r square. Now I want the dimensional formula for G, so let us first write G as F into r square by m1 m2. Dimensional formula for G is the same as the dimensional formula of this thing. Now one is to start by remembering the formula for F, but I don't need that. Instead what I will do is F is equal to ma. You remember that? So instead of F I will replace it by ma by m into m, so that is m into m, and then r square, right? So whatever I am going to use here, I am going to cancel out with this, so that is not going to affect my dimension. Now 1 by m, this is 1 by m, so that means this has mass. A is length by time square, so L t power minus 2, r is L, so r square will be L square. So therefore this is L cube, right, t power minus 2. I can write m power minus 1, but usual habit is that you put the m first. So convention is m power minus 1, L cube t power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for gravitational constant G. Is that okay? So m power minus 1, L cube t power minus 2. Now this is one way to do something. Now do you remember Ohm's law? Right? So suppose I want to look at what is the dimensional formula for resistance. Let us think about that. So let us first start by thinking about the formula. So whenever somebody asks you dimensional formula for resistance, you are looking at what formulas do you know for resistance? V equals I into R. Now what is V? Is there a connection between V and something that we know? Well, charge into V is going to give me units of energy, potential energy. So this is energy or work. Work or energy is force into displacement. Force is mass into acceleration, or you remember what the answer for force is. So now I know what the dimensional formula for V looks like. Dimensional formula for V is force into displacement divided by Q. Okay, now let me write force. What is force? Mass into acceleration into displacement, that's not seconds, that is displacement, divided by Q. It is the dimensional formula for all this. Now, dimensional formula for Q, that is I into T. So dimensional formula for Q is the same as amperes into time. Okay, because it is charge into time. Amount of charge that flows through every second is current. So current into time will give me charge. So I've got amperes into time. So now what I want to do is to basically substitute that in here. This is mass M, L T power minus 2, L T power minus 2. This is displacement S. So that means it will be another L. Displacement has the same dimension as length. So that means L square T power minus 2 by charge, which is ampere by time, ampere into time. So this is our dimensional formula for potential. So dimensional formula for R is V by I. So that means it is dimensional formula for V by dimensional formula for I, current is amperes. So if I substitute for V, my answer for V was this. Okay, so this divided by amperes. So if I say this divided by amperes, what am I going to get? Let's think. This divided by amperes. So this divided by amperes means this into 1 by A. So if I multiply by 1 by A, I'm going to get A square. Okay, so let me write that carefully. So in fact, let me write that here. So R's dimension is this M L power 2. So that is L power 2. T power minus 2, T power minus 1. So it's going to become T power minus 3. There is a 1 by A, there is already a 1 by A. So it's going to become 1 by A square or A power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for resistance. So this was a little bit more complex, but the main idea you have to keep in mind is whenever somebody says find the dimensional formula for R, look for the formulas that involve R. Now you have a V here. So to find V, look for a formula that involves V. Always look for a formula with that particular item, right? For that particular quantity. So whichever quantity you wanted to find, like for example, if I want to find G, I look for a formula with G. Do I know the dimensional formula for F? Yes, it is mass into acceleration formula, so use that. Do I know for mass and R square, they are fundamental dimensions, so we can directly apply them, right? In this case, I have V equals IR, this is fundamental, that is not, so that means I have to come up with another formula for V, which is what I did, okay? So basically you keep going one formula after another formula, starting with whatever you wanted. Okay, because that will then tell you the dimension of this, because you can use the dimensions in other places. If V has a dimension of M L square T power minus 2 by AT in one place, that is its dimension forever. Dimension of a physical quantity cannot change. Okay, so that is basically the main idea that we have used. Now let us look at a couple of examples where we can apply dimensional analysis to find other things. Okay, so the main point you have to keep in mind, it is very easy to find the dimension of a quantity just by multiplication.